Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dana Jimenez for Los Cabos Women Live, and welcome. This is our first episode for the 2020. So we are here at Solaria Los Cabos with a beautiful view of the ocean. After our show, we will be touring this beautiful penthouse. We have 4 available still for the price of $545,000, but we'll talk about that in a little bit later. And today we're all about empowerment for entrepreneurs. And you know very well my friend Micah Arellano. How are you,
Happy New Year,
Mike?
first of all.
Happy New Year.
And welcome us to your new segment of the year. It's all about empowerment.
Empowerment. So this is our episode 110th.
Oh, my God. It gets better and better and more to come this coming year, 2020, because you're an amazing person. You're amazing. You empower women. You know that?
You know what? I don't think about it, but like I try hard every day to do my best, and sometimes it is not easy. I'll tell you.
For all of us, right?
But I have fun. And you know what? I found that I really enjoy my job, my work, so it just doesn't feel like
you said fun. And everybody needs to know when you're launching, you're starting your business, becoming an entrepreneur or just a business owner, you got to have fun. If you cannot have fun, I would say this, Houston, you got to go back to do your homework. You have
Houston,
a problem.
we have a problem. I love how you say that.
And Houston, we have a problem.
And it's challenging, but we'll get into that because like some days we have stress, and good thing that something happened before the show. So
everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason, and you help me kind of like chill out, mellow down, Dana. I would like to introduce Marcia Nelson. How are you doing today?
Beautiful. Thank you for having me on your program. And you know what I love about 2020? Don't we think about 2020 vision?
Yeah.
You have eyesight 2020. It's perfect.
Perfect for the vision.
This
we'll
is
talk
a perfect
about
year. And we are starting it off with a bang. So thank you for asking me to join you today, because I love empowering men and women. Yes, it's so important.
And you know what? Right now, I feel so comfortable being sitting here with both of you. The energy you have and the tone of voice that you have. Like I do look into, like I do consider or see those kind of things. So what you do, that is the visioning, and I want to get so deep into this, and for our audience to use
know.
this.
Especially you talked about earlier about real estate. And we'll elaborate with you guys about, Dr. Lucia Capricorni Weatherbrook, Dr. Marcia Nelson is co-founder of one is Creative Journal Expressive Art. And with that, we launched the Visioning Program. She'll elaborate with us what it is. It's Unfold and how the right brain and left brain works, with the workshop coming out on January 18 at Coral Desk.
Yes.
It's like 700 pesos right now, $35 American dollars. They could just send us an email to Micah Show. And if you want to become an entrepreneur or starting your business, we're going to talk about visioning, how unfolds your heart desire.
700 pesos, guys, that is a gift. So I'm sure that's going to be sold out.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, and we're doing more international with the Micah Show, and I'm certified. You got to go through the process. She'll elaborate briefly about it. You go through a process, but you create your own empire. And visioning has helped me almost 30 years when I met Marcia over 30 years ago.
Yes.
Yes, 30 years ago, he came to a workshop, and it changed his life. And he's here today, all because of what happened doing a visioning workshop.
Share with us about the vision, what he does with the business.
Well, in visioning for business, we first have to have a plan. Now, a lot of people, we call them the left brainers. They're going to go down and they're going to consult with all the authorities, and they're going to map out on paper what they want to do. Visioning process, we first journal about what our heart desire is. What do we really want to do in this life? And then what we do is we take pictures and words out of magazines, and we put them on a board. We call it our vision board. And from there we launch out to see what we're going to do. Because each one of those words and images have something to say to us. And when you're putting it all together, it doesn't really make much sense. But as you put it up in your home and you journal with each one of those and you stay focused on your vision, it's amazing the reality that comes into your life, because it's already there. We've already found it in our right hemisphere of our brain. All we are is putting it out in pictures. and in words, and it's just magic. It changes everything for us very, very quickly. And it's not what we call a left brain. That would be go to your attorney, go to the experts. No, you've got all the information you need right inside. You just have to tap into your right hemisphere, into your heart's desire. When you're a little girl, there's things you wanted to do. Micah has a beautiful story about when he was a child in his living room and what his grandfather said to him, and he's doing it today. So we get those little clues, we get those little aha wake-ups from a lot of different people. And as we mature, we're able to put those into action. And it's magic.
It is magic. And what you said, Marcia, about Micah being there 30 years ago, and now all the people that he touches and inspires. So somebody that is going to go to the visioning on the 18th.
On the 18th.
Could be the next person out there empowering and making changes in life.
That's what it's all about, right? It's about empowering. Right? That's our duty. And I know you have some questions for us, but it's how do we cultivate all those creative talents that we have? How do we balance the right brain and left brain? And it now is a thing to do. It's left brain, right brain balance, be creative for you want to become whatever you want to become, and follow your heart desire, not your parents, not what the community, not what the culture believes that you should be. Follow your heart desire. And once you do that, believe, because I believe, you might have a question for me, and you sent that to me a while back.
I always have a lot of questions for you.
Micah, you keep saying that we all creative geniuses.
Well, yeah, but I do believe that.
It's right, because I believe, and we all believe in this, that we came to this purpose. We came to this life on this beautiful planet for a purpose. And we're figuring out now, today, not tomorrow, what is my purpose. And I ask my people, my clients, I give you less than a minute and give me just a quick, what is your purpose in life? And if you don't know the purpose of life, do not worry. We're going to figure it out today as you go into this process of the training, because we all have a purpose in life.
And you know what? I think that life is kind of like a laboratory, and when you figure out what you want to do and you pursue it, like a lot of people are afraid about criticism or failing. Failing actually is good. It's kind of like, okay, this method is not good. I'm going to do that, but maybe change the other thing until you make it work. And I think it's a lot about the pursuit of happiness, pursuit of that. Because when you get there, then you got to like, no, let's go to the next foot, right?
It's like climbing the stairs. You get to the one step, then you're ready to climb the next one. And you don't leap over any one of those steps. It takes, because each step that you reach, there's a lesson in there. There's something you're going to learn. So you don't want to just rush through life. You want to take it easily, but you want to keep focused. And that's what the visioning does. The collage, you keep focused on what your heart's desire. Because there's many people, many situations that will try to drag you away. Someone dies, you have car trouble,
relationships,
relationship problems, whatever it might be. It's going to come in your way, and it's going to be a challenge. And what it's going to do is make you stronger, because everything that you encounter is there for a test. And we all want to pass our test. We all want to get the A in the class, right? And that's how you do it. But you face the challenge, you figure out how to get through it, move on to the next one. Yeah.
But also the satisfaction that you were able to do something, and then
what excitement, what pride and what excitement when you've achieved something and then you're ready to achieve the next step. And there's nothing more gratifying. And, schools will really put you down. Many of us, I'm a right brainer, and left brain is your reading, your writing, your math, all of that. That's left brain.
Okay, I'm right.
Yeah, exactly. We're all right brainers here, okay? And the thing is, schools sometimes will put you down and make you, try to put you down and say, well, you're not doing well in this and that. But that might not be your purpose to be a mathematician. Your purpose is something else. But schools have a way of trying to keep you in the left brain, in that little rut. And we who are right-brained are able to learn what we need to learn, but we get out of there fast. So it's very important.
You don't have something in common, right? We both have backgrounds in education.
Oh, I see. Both.
I have a master's degree in elementary education, so that's where it all starts, in your elementary.
Yeah.
And a PhD in psychology. But I am saying, and I have a bachelor's in sociology, so I love people. I love to teach.
Yeah.
So I'm following my passion. It's right there. It's all there.
I mean, you're grateful for the educational system And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
to give you something, and I believe in education strongly, to have some kind of a, a degree or something. But some of us go in a different path because our heart desire, the right brain will give us that degree, become a plumber, become an electrician, become a salesperson in real estate. You just have to follow the heart desire. And I think the visioning technique, the methods, and January 18, they have an amazing friend that's coming from Austin, Texas. He's an entrepreneur. Himani's done a very good job. He's coming here to teach us strategies of 3 key strategies how to align your business, your branding. And we talked about earlier about branding. Marsha and I were driving here. And, when you have branding, you can't mix your branding for your personal use in social media because it's a very thin line, and you break it and it's gone. And so your branding is how you take care of your branding of your product and how do you market that.
How do you protect it? It's about protecting it because it's really like a piece of gold, and you don't want people stealing it, and you don't want people misusing what you're putting out there, and especially you cannot misuse what you're putting out there. And that's the really key to success and to staying focused on what your dream is and not worrying about if somebody else, like the word visioning. Lucia Capicchione has the rights to that word. And every once in a while we see it out there on a logo, visioning, and Lucia will have to get a hold of them and say, oh, I have the trademark for that word. So it's about protecting that because it's your property. And it's very, very important that other people realize how important it is to you. So there's a lot of times you have to defend what you really love. And that's helping you, step up your game. Again, you come to another step. You've had to learn to protect it, and then you can move on. So, yes, branding is vital, but it's most important to protect what you've created. It's kind of like your child. Just going to put it out in the street and let everybody do whatever to it? No, you protect it. And that's what you do with your business. But first of all, you have to find out what you do want to do with your gifts and your talents. We all have been given those. And that's the first thing about visioning, discovering what your special uniqueness is and putting it out into the world because everybody needs to know whether you want to be, a plumber or you want to be a television host or whatever that might be.
Oh, radio host?
Yeah, a radio host, right? You seriously need to protect it and to keep learning in there. You can't stop learning. That is the key. Once you find what your process is, you take classes, you learn, you watch. I go to a lot of workshops and watch other people. Oh, man, I wouldn't do that. Or that's a good idea, but I'm going to use that in my next workshop. So you're always letting other people who are, mentors to you, letting them help you.
I think we're learning every day.
Yeah.
How to educate yourself every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
resources.
When I started the Los Cabos Home and Life radio show that I talked to Jonas Castro, the director of the radio, that he always makes possible all of these programs and has been a perfect match with us. I had a lot of people saying like, oh, Dana, I already thought of that like a year ago. Yeah, but when everything came together, I jumped on it, and in 24 hours, this project was born. And I did not care, like, if we had, like, the best equipment or if I had, like, $50,000 to spend. No, I just got in front of a camera. My hands were sweating so bad. I was so nervous. Jonas
Welcome to the production world.
Jonas coached me for a month, and I used to see his face like, ¿te acuerdas, Jonas?
Well, Dana, you have a believer. You have a production leader here in Los Cabos. He and I talked briefly before we launched earlier. It's over 12 years doing this stuff. And he's a believer. So we have to be around people that are part of that root of the tree, what I speak in my workshop. Mm-hmm. And he's part of the root of your tree. Take care of that root because he believes in you.
But see how everything started? Jonas started with Radio Diferente 10 years ago, and he was one of the precursores. How do you say precursor in English?
It was like a commentator.
No, precursor, pionero, pioneer.
A pioneer.
Online. So now, after 10 years, the technology, everything's changed.
He's beyond that.
He's beyond that.
Yeah.
And how lucky, but how energies, yes, but how energies engage.
Yeah.
And like what we're going to do during the next year. So this is what
The book,
I am so
the workshop, you know,
so,
they have an option,
yes.
Dana. They could get the book and do a little exercise at home, but you want to get bigger and better, attend to Micah's here Los Cabos workshops, and then when you become certified, it's a 2-year program because you go through phases. You go the Creative Journal Expressive Art certification, and then you go to the visioning certification. So
6-month program in visioning, right?
yeah, so it's a process, but once you get all this credential and experience, because it's a support system, we all belong to a support system. So there's no like Houston have a problem, you call them right away, and it's resolved, and they empower you. And this is the network that we have. Dr. Lucia Capiccioni created this book, wrote this book, because she believed in herself. She believed that everything is possible in life. Do we have comments?
Yes, we do have a comment from Soraya Hong Sing Loy. Hi, Soraya.
Hello, Soraya.
Lovely, lovely girl. I love her.
As a matter of fact, she took one of my Cabo Chica Soraya.
Yes.
And, you know, talking about empower people, take the workshop visioning, launch with other mentors that she has.
I know,
This
and
is just-
and she gave me one of those
Yes,
Bajas.
yes.
This is a trend, ladies and gentlemen, for a Baja. If you don't have one,
Buy
it's like
one.
you did not come to Cabo.
So before you leave to Cabo, buy one. And that's what we hear, all of us.
I can hear you laughing right now, Soraya.
to empower people. That's what we are. I mean, we as entrepreneurs, we create, this is what I say, and I was saying that to Dr. Dr. Nelson, that once we deliver the workshops, it's up to you how to unfold it. I did my part. If you buy my product, that's fine. I don't want you to just carry the book and it says, I bought your book, buy me another book. No. As entrepreneurs, we need to learn because we can sabotage our own creativity. For example, the jury. I bought it, how I use it, how I deliver it to people, that's my stuff. I already bought this. You already make money out of me. It's up to me. I owned it. And so as an entrepreneur needs to learn, when you deliver a product, you did your part in life. Let the people use it, don't use it, put it in their closet. You know, I designed this. People buy it, they put it in their
Very
closet. I don't
nice.
get offended that they don't wear it. I make money out of it. I've done my part. So entrepreneurs need to know very, very clear that thin line branding. You can either jeopardize by convincing people, wear it all, wear Micah's jackets. Can you believe every time people want to wear my jacket? They're not going to like that. We become pushers. So you become an entrepreneur or pusher. And you become a pusher, Dr. Nelson, what happens?
Well, it turns people off. And the next thing is, it just says there's fear in whomever is doing the pushing, because they're afraid that if you don't put it out there and you should be their ambassador of advertising, that's not your job. Your job is you supported them. And we as entrepreneurs can never judge or predict what's going to happen. Some of the greatest, I'm staying these 2 weeks at Club Cascadas. In front of Club Cascadas is Aqua World. Aqua World was there when we showed up a year ago, and it's gone today. That was a great idea, but apparently it didn't work. So those people can't, just turn and run. They have to move on and do something else. But we're going to see success and failure. That's part of life. It's what we do with the information that makes us another success. I've owned 6 businesses. 5 of the businesses are still active. And everything from travel agencies to swim schools, teaching, school teaching. Now I've formed the Creative Journal Expressive Arts with Dr. Lucia Capiccioni and the Visioning Program. And I really loved what you said about how you got the idea and 24 hours later. That really is what spells success and failure. What you do with an idea within 24 hours spells success or failure. You're either going to sit on it and then grump because somebody else took your idea and did it, because a lot of people have that. They will get very upset. Oh, I thought about that 10 years ago. Yep. Oh, well, did you act on it? Well, no. Well, then guess what? The train left the station. You missed the boat. Yeah. So you really, and that's how Creative Journal got started. I was with Dr. Lucia Capiccioni in Canada. We were traveling through Canada doing workshops. One day in Edmonton, Alberta, a lady came to me and said, "Do you teach professionals to do this work?" She said, "I'd really like to be trained in this work." So I went back to the room that evening and I said to Lucia, have you ever thought of a training program? And she said, "Oh, yes, I have, but I had no one to help me." I said, "Well, Lucia, I've gone to many, many of your workshops. We've been friends now for, about 4 or 5 years. I would really like to help you conduct a training program."
Talking about empowerment.
So I ran down that day while she was teaching the next day, and I got a flyer printed, and I came back at lunch, and I told the audience, we're going to have a training program. And anybody who's interested in the training program, meet this evening at 6 o'clock, and we're going to tell you about the training program. So we got them all in the room. Oh, they all signed up. They all wanted to be in the training program. Well, there are a few people who really weren't ready for a training program. Some had a few problems. So I took pictures of everyone and their names. So when their applications came in that we were going to create, right? There was nothing. We had a dream. But we followed that dream, and today we are in 19 countries worldwide. You can go to www.lucia, that's LUCIAC.com, and you can look up how many presenters worldwide. We have a woman coming in tomorrow from Helsinki, Finland, and she's going to be doing a workshop. Dr. Capacchione is going to be in town next week. So then we started the visioning program, and the visioning came out of Disney. Lucia worked with Walt Disney Imaginarium team for 10 years, and she used this process.
There you go.
Yeah, because visioning, an artist doesn't sit down and write about what they're going to do. They draw pictures of it. They envision it. They put it out there in pictures. They'll do vision boards about their ideas for theme parks, because that's what Imaginarium team does. They create theme parks. So we've heard of Disney World, Disney Hong Kong, Disney Paris, and Disneyland. That's what they create, are the rides and the attractions. So they come with ideas, and then Lucia helped them for 10 years create these theme park rides.
So from
and
there,
the whole
visioning.
concept. And that's how the book Visioning got its start.
So Dana, the workshop on the 18. If, like I said, if you're planning to start a business or you're an entrepreneur here in Los Cabos, the techniques that we'll talk about, and then my dear friend is coming from Austin, Texas. He will talk about the strategies to align the vision, to align your goals and ideas, and put it into action.
Remember, we've gotten on the first step. Now we're going to climb to the second step.
So Humani's coming to Los Cabos, and has been an amazing friend. He's done a lot of work with marketing and all that stuff. But combining two people that want to empower people, it's amazing, the workshop. And it's, again, sponsored by Coral and courtesy of with you, the radio, and you coming along and helping us out, that because we believe in Los Cabos. And I think we have a lot of work to do. And what we're doing today also is, if somebody just sends you a remark saying, I like Radio Esperanza, I like Dana, I like Micah's show, we're going to give right now today, and you'll get the comments I'm sure you're going to get in a bit, we're going to give 2 tickets to the workshop. So what you have to do is tag us. You can tag the radio, tag the Micah show. Right now on social media, it's the Micah show on Instagram. Tag 3 people and just say, like, love you, comment. And then by the end of this week, we will get those 2 winners, and then you can make an announcement if you want. We'll make an announcement on social media. We're giving back to the community.
That easy. So 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Just
they have to comment right now and say
for tagging 3 people. That's easy, guys.
Yeah. Says the Micah show is doing this, and the Radio Esperanza is doing this with the Micah show. Tag 3 people, but right now you're wasting your time right now. Tag 2 people. We're going to pull those comments. And then we're going to select at the end of the week the 2 winners. It's going to be exciting. It's fun. The vision is fun. You know what I mean? It's not just doing the visioning board, because this goes with the right brain. It's more technical stuff. So you can say, I've been with visioning boards. Yeah, I'm sure you've done it. But the vision is more, Dr. Nelson. It's more depth. We talk to those words, to those visions. And those clients have done it not only here in Los Cabos, but international. They know what we're talking about. And my hashtag is visioning does work. So if you comment and tag 3 people, hashtag visioning does work.
It does work. I am so passionate about all of these topics. One is because, like you were mentioning, Marcia, about some businesses opening and closing. You're trying.
At least you're out in the game. You can't win if you don't get in the game. Sitting on the sidelines. I love what my son said one day. He was a roller hockey, very, very good in the States. And he would not get in trouble. A lot of times they fight out there, Yeah. And he said, Mom, you can't score from the bench. You cannot score from the bench. Right. And I love that statement. So if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're listening right now and you're not putting what you really love to do to work, you're on the sidelines and you will not score.
Yeah.
Exactly. So my formula is like, if you have a dream, just get out there and do it. But you have to be preparing and bringing to yourself books like this, people that will
Mentors.
surround you. And if you have the tools that they're coming here to your own town, go and do it. And for a very accessible, affordable price, because you might have an idea, but sometimes we might think over too much. So I want to get also in a bit about the left brain and the right brain. So our audience and I can understand it, because that's the thing. Like,
Keep talking about the right
I'm
brain,
a
left
person
brain.
that I just go like on the impulse, and afterward I kind of like figure it out, how am I going to do it. But then I have friends that they're more into the logical and mathematical, and they think a lot before taking a step. So there's those two kind of things, but the important thing is to do it. And maybe if I don't have the tools, I can go to someone that has already
Knowledge or
and
concept
mastered
of it,
mastered it,
Yeah.
and that you can come and they can help you, so you can strive and your business can come, and then you just have a beautiful life that you enjoy. And there's nothing, I mean, I am like an example of that. There's nothing more like better than enjoying what you do, because you get up every morning and you go like, what's next and what's going to come. And the other thing that is really good, and I have learned all of this not because Dana thought of them, is because like I'm always auto educating myself. And one of the phrases that really helped me is learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So whenever I am,
that's challenging for some of us.
whenever I'm in fear or in doubt, or I have to encounter like face somebody about a situation, I have learned how to do that. So for me, those have been milestones.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, and what I love about what you're saying is that the more we encounter difficult situations, eventually no situation is difficult, because you've already encountered so many of them. It's like, okay, here's another one. It's no big deal. But if we don't get challenged along the way, everything is a big deal. And we call left-brainer people, yes, they'll sit on the sidelines and think and think and think. But I was fortunate to be born right-brained, and I'm sure you too can say the same. That we
need to
do.
balance
Sometimes we leap and then we look.
the left brain.
But the greatest brains in the world, you know, they said Einstein didn't know how to count change. He couldn't even count change. But look, the theory of relativity, you know, he couldn't do the simple things, but his mind was so far out there. And that's what you're saying, Dana. You're saying, you know, I just got this idea and I just went with it because it just felt right. And there's a lot of people that are jealous of that of us, because they'll sit on the sideline and go, well, how, you know, oh yeah, she got opportunity, or somebody gave her. You know what? Nobody gave me anything. I just put it out there. I made a suggestion. Lucia, Dr. Capacchione, said, yeah, let's do it. And she was very supportive, because I was obviously supporting her work. And in those days, she'd written about 12 books, now 23 books. So we have, you know, again, empowered people all over this world to teach her work. And her books are in so many languages. Russia now, they've translated her books in Russian, and they're now working with her to come on to some programs in Russia. So this isn't just an American or a Mexican or Canadian. This is worldwide. Yeah. I had a conversation with one of my graduates yesterday from Santiago, Chile, and she has a new client. And she was asking me about the new client. And I was telling her the little girl she's working with is 10 years old. But the little girl is bringing up issues that she herself needs to deal with. I said, isn't that little girl a gift to you? She's bringing things to you that you need to reconcile in your own life. She goes, oh, my heart's beating while you're talking about that. I said, yes. But isn't this beautiful? Because everybody comes in our life, they're bringing a gift.
And that's what it does, the visioning. It works with it works with all the emotions and process some of the emotions. And that's very unique about the becoming certified as a life coach with the visioning, because he shows you all those techniques. If you want to share with us any comments or anything, any questions?
Yes. Well, there's so much information, so much questions I still
And
have.
you have time.
So this is not. I promise you, this will not be the the only show that we
Yeah.
do. So Soraya, we'll get back to you, Soraya.
We'll get back to Soraya. Hello, Soraya. We got it, Soraya. Thank you.
He
Thank you
said-
for believing in yourself and believing in and the women empowerment of those Cabos is growing. And we going to do that.
Yes, I'm really looking forward
Boy, we
to
are.
doing that. And after the show, I'll show you the woman that has empowered me. My mother, she's here.
Oh, I know.
She's here with us.
I met her.
And
Beautiful woman, beautiful
she loves
heart.
you. She loves you. You talk, and my mom. She's a very,
She's so
very.
mesmerized with my words sometimes. I go, oh my God, what I done?
No, my mom. She has a privileged intelligence.
Yes.
And she's a very well educated and cultured person.
Yes.
So, but one thing, when I was a child, she always said, "You can do it. You can do it. I want to hit a ball. You can do it. You
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to paint. You can do it." And she always put that trust in me. And I can tell you that during the teenage years, I did not listen to her at all.
Don't we all?
But then when you get older, you come back and you go like, yeah, she was right.
So you learn, right?
Yes. Okay, Soraya.
Okay, let's Soraya.
Okay, this is, I want to add, visioning only works when you take action and start with your writing your bucket list goals. Then, like a child starts cutting up magazines and make that collage. Collage.
Oh my
that's-
God, it's so true. It's so
I
true.
can share my proof. Much gratitude, El Show de Maica.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love Aida Gabriela Sosa, the best. Thank you, Aida. How are you doing?
Yeah,
Yes.
hello everybody. And hopefully you'll sign up. You can send an email to the Micah Show. Want to buy a ticket? 700 pesos. It's $35. Book now. And we're going to give those tickets, this week. We'll collect those. But really it's about, if you want to make like Dr. Nelson said, 2020 vision, is visioning. Visioning does work. You just heard a comment for one of entrepreneurs here, and we're
Well, we
empowering
have a
them.
lot of entrepreneurs
Yes,
online.
yeah.
Let me say hello.
Say
Well,
anybody.
Soraya says, love you guys.
We love you.
Daniel Robles, that he's an amazing real estate agent.
Thank you.
Antonio
You're good
Tony
for real estate.
Lozada.
You gotta come to workshop.
Also, I've done many tours with Antonio. He's from Venezuela. He's amazing.
Hola Antonio, Venezuela. Los invitas para el Vision. Hicimos un
Estela Gabriela,
taller.
Aida Gabriela Sosa, she's my nutritionist. We have an appointment today,
There
by
you
the way,
go.
honey. Thank you. And Lisbeth Sanchez. So,
I want to add, too, for a nutritionist or a realtor, what a perfect tool for them to use with their clients.
idea.
Realtors can drive people around and around because, let's say, the couple has never really discussed what they're looking for. And a
In a
realtor can
beautiful
spend a
condo.
lot of time driving people around and around, trying to figure out what the couple wants. If a realtor would sit down with a couple, have them put out their heart's desire for their next living situation, and then take those cues from the collage and find the home. For instance, I had told my husband years ago, I love arches. He goes, well, what's with arches? I said, I don't know. I love arches. So in San Antonio, Texas, about 4 years ago, we walked in a home. It had all arches. And it had a very high ceiling when you walked in, like a museum with a skylight. He and I just fell in love with that home instantly. But I'd already proclaimed I loved arches. And
Yeah.
it came
To
it was the
universe.
third
There
house
it
I
goes.
looked at. But you have to be very clear about what you want. Because, it's like going to a restaurant. Have you ever gone to a restaurant, the waiter comes to you and said, what may I serve you? And you said, I'm hungry.
Oh, what are you hungry?
And the waiter said, okay, what are you hungry for? I'm hungry. And the waiter finally says, well, here's the menu. Can you tell me what you... Oh, yes, I want roast beef. I want potatoes. I want vegetables. Oh, I can bring that to you. So the universe acts the same. You must be clear on what you want. You must put it out there, very crystal clear. I want arches in my home. I was a widow for a while, and my next husband, I said, I want a partner.
I was going to ask you
It works. It works on that.
I want a
Visioning
partner.
works.
Because I had been married to a very successful doctor. I have a lot of gifts and talents, but it was always about the doctor. And as much as I loved him, and he succumbed to a heart attack when we were vacationing in London, England, his death allowed me to create these programs because in my grieving, I spent my time creating the whole training program.
And
Got my
journaling.
PhD creating this training program. And Lucia was so helpful because, of course, it was all based on her work. So the two of us worked together. But it was through my bereavement that something died, but something was born. So when we come across tragedy, we don't see it as tragedy, but it's another opportunity to find a new part of ourselves. And I wanted a partner. And 17 years ago, right down here at the end, it was DiGiorgio at the time. We were married December 30th, 2002. I found my partner on Match.com. He was a golf instructor, a golf pro, teaching golf across the street from my house. Across from the golf course happened to be a junior high, and he was teaching typing in that junior high school. And, you know, next to that junior high was a hospital, and that's where my late husband practiced. So one time, both my husbands were working next door to one another, and he came in my life, and it's really been a beautiful relationship. And he helps me. You'll see on my business card, we're both on that business card. He is my partner. So in relationship, yes. Let me just say this, Dana. None of us do it alone. You didn't do all this program alone. Once you found the idea, didn't people come and help you? Yeah, but you had to get really clear on what you wanted. I want to do this, and people jumped on board because there's a lot of helpers in this world, but there's a lot of people that can't dream up the idea, but they're willing to help you. So we have to find those helpers, and I have helpers all over the world, but I didn't do any of this alone. Mike is my helper. I'm many helpers, but you think of the idea, you go with it. Sure, there's obstacles. I remember Lucia calling me. She goes, "Oh, Marcia, I don't know that we're going to go another year." And I just chortled to myself and said, "Oh, yeah, well, we'll get through this," because I had a lot of faith in this. And I told myself, no matter what, this is going to be my life's work. And I have had other businesses, but this is my business.
Yeah, and the visioning.
I love
we talked about relationships. Visioning, the workshop teaches you want a healthy relationship with your family, or if you're looking for a partner, a significant other, healthy, how do you want it? Do the visioning. Whoa, does it work?
Be ready.
It works.
It is not only for business, but also you just open another thing about somebody finding their
healthy relationship.
Partner,
your
next
partner. The next partner, okay? We're going to do more visioning work with you. But in real estate,
it's interesting.
A business partner.
A business partner.
One of our trainees this year in our
relationship partner.
There you go. Right. Somebody that believes
and
you.
It should be a relationship, should be a business partner, because if your business is going to really be your heart's desire, you need people to help you, not pull against you. There are people that one will have a great idea, and the other partner, the other spouse or whatever, will be jealous,
balance that.
And they'll pull it. They'll destroy it. So you have to be real clear, and that's why the visioning. I tell people, don't get in a relationship until you've done a collage, because you've got to be crystal clear of what you want to bring in.
Can I share something? In relationships, almost tomorrow is 20 years I lost my first partner when I took Lucia's workshop. I do the visioning, I do the collage. I want this man, I want this person, business. He did. But I forgot to put something there. How long? And I have no control of that. But it was grateful, through hard that grief and all that stuff, I learned something to give me the opportunity, similar to what Dr. Nelson just shared with us. Visioning does work. If you're into real estate, come on the 18th in Corral. You need a healthy relationship? Come to the visioning on the 18th. We're going to talk about strategies.
For not only real estate or life partner or whatever, it's just about everything. Just getting your life out there and making it way better, like a better life. My question is, okay, you start thinking or visioning and putting everything together. See, I have a hard time with that. Like, what do I put, or I call it my Santa Claus list? Then am I asking for too much? Does people find that out? That's
very interesting. We all have something inside of us called the inner critic. And I just heard you say that. Am I asking too much? You can never ask for too much. There is no limit. There is no limit. It's like your stomach. You can eat. You can eat. Your stomach will hold what you can eat. Your stomach will tell you. Your body will tell you, "Oh, we've had enough, Dana. We need to stop." So we can't look at that plate of food and say, I'm going to eat that in another plate. Your body will tell you. The same with your life. It will tell you when it's right. You have to tune in and listen. And your right hemisphere of your brain, that's what is your indicator. The left brain, it would fill up and fill up and fill up. But the right hemisphere of the brain said, that's great. And let's try this and let's try that. And I wanted to talk about the brain for a little minute.
Yeah.
The Roger Sperry in 1981 won the Nobel Prize for Science, 1981, not many years ago. And his team and he from Caltech, which is in Pasadena, California, they came upon a theory that there are two hemispheres of the brain. They always knew that, when someone to die, they could do a biopsy and, autopsy and see both hemispheres. But this team decided that the left brain was all about the concrete. It's
Black
the
and white.
reading, the writing, the decisions, the math, logic, okay, numbers. But the right hemisphere is about emotion. It's about art. It's about creativity. It's about your higher
Spirit,
power,
spirituality.
tapping into your higher power. That's all from the right hemisphere. And since 1981, that's been proven scientifically that the right hemisphere, that is your spiritual part. So it is your spirit, is your connection with your higher power that brings into you whatever your heart desires. It's there. It's like the waiter. He'll bring whatever you want to eat if you ask for it. You can't just sit and say, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I'm miserable, I'm miserable. Yeah, okay. So what are you going to do about being miserable? Or I want a relationship. Well, you need to
relationship?
tell your higher power, I want a partner. I made a list of 19 characteristics using my non-dominant hand, the hand I normally don't write with. I'm left-handed. I used my right hand. And I wrote down 19 qualities of my next relationship. I had done a workshop. One of my trainees was in Austin, and Sheila Safer, and I went to her workshop to supervise her, and I always do the activities with them. So I wrote the 19 things I wanted for my next relationship. I was a widow at the time. I wanted someone taller than me, younger than me, someone with blue eyes. I wanted someone with a size 10.5 shoe. I wanted a non-smoker. I wanted somebody whose relationship had died from death of the relationship. Now, that could be divorce, the relationship's dead, or their partner died. I wanted someone with children or grandchildren. I wanted someone who wore glasses. I wanted someone who was educated, had a college degree. I wanted someone who liked, to play and have fun. So about 4 months later, I was on Match.com, and I connected with my husband, Dan Nelson. So we dated a couple of times, and I asked him, may I show you a list of things that I wanted in my next relationship? And he said, sure. And I sat and I read it, and I let him read it. He goes, well, 2 of those things are wrong. Now, 19 factors I put down, but 2 of them were wrong. I said, well, that's pretty good, isn't it? 17 things right out of 19.
Yeah.
So then a few weeks later, his daughter shows up and she says, Dad, are you still wearing contact lenses? I said, oh. I got that one right too, right? But I'm just telling you, I got really clear. And the universe brought me exactly what I asked for.
And this what happens as part of
That's
the workshop, the visioning.
That's
When we
visioning.
do marketing strategies, Iman, my friend, is coming in from Austin, Texas. Muchos saludos, Lucinio Lázaro. We can't wait to see you here on January 18. He was going to talk about the strategies. So the visioning aligns with the strategies. It's very clear what I want, what I don't want. And as I launch my new business, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it's really writing it down. And one of the things that I use in my techniques is 3 questions. And there's a little tip for the day. Is with the hand that you normally write, that's the dominant hand, and the hand that you normally don't write, non-dominant hand, the hand that you normally don't write, you can answer the questions. The first question is like, who are you? If something's going on in your life, who are you? What do you want? How can I help? But you can answer those questions.
So if I'm right-handed, I'd write it with my left hand.
Yes.
Exactly right. And we don't worry about spelling or handwriting.
Yeah.
That's immaterial. That's a real left brain thing. We don't care about that. What we care about is the content. And in my journal, I have, many, 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 many pages of journaling, left and right-handed journaling. And, it's not pretty. But you see, I use 2 colors.
And you can misspell. That's
2
we're
colors.
We're not in grammar school.
Right. And I use cursive. Some use printing. But how do I feel? Here's one. I feel ready and willing to move forward in my new hometown. Here it is. I asked, and I said, why do you feel this way? I feel this way because I have worked hard to arrive at this point in my CJEA career. Now, we always date our work. Okay. So this was 5/26/19. Okay. And so then I go on and I say, what do you have to tell me? You need a website and also working with you. And is there anything else? You have now freed yourself to become your most powerful self. What it's saying is I just sold a bed and breakfast on the border down near Reynosa, in
South
Mission, Texas. And so now, after letting that go, I'm able to just focus on creative journal expressive arts, because sometimes we have a lot of energies pulling against us, and we have to be really crystal clear and focused on what we want. But sometimes it takes a little time but I use the El Rocio for our trainings. For 10 years we did the training for creative journaling.
So going back to the questions, it's like, we empower people here, entrepreneurs, clients for me, like Oro Maya does Shelate, all that stuff that we help people here, because those are my clients that come in because they believed in the process of visioning. But this question is, who are you, entrepreneur? Who are you? And they'll answer it to you. How can I help? What do you want? I want you to start marketing yourself in this way, or letting go of people don't empower you. Those questions that I just said, who are you? What do you want? He's going to answer the questions. It's a process. So part of the workshop, we'll talk about.
But when you ask somebody, who are you? They do a pause and go like, yeah, well,
I'm a doctor. No, I'm say, who are you?
So
who you are.
Right.
I'm a fun-loving person who wants to empower other people. That's who I am. What I do, well, that's more left brain. I have students, and I review their work, and I travel to their sites. That's what I do. But who I am, I'm a person who wants to have fun. I want to keep myself healthy so that I have more years to have fun. That's who I am. There's a very great difference, because a lot of times you'll ask somebody, who are you? Oh, I'm a dentist, or that's what you do.
You said it right now.
That's not who you are.
Who are you? Who are you? Want to know who you are?
Yeah.
January 18, we start at, I believe, at 11 o'clock, Coral Desk, sponsoring the facility. And some of the proceeds, goes to, now we're launching this project with Women Empowerment in Los Cabos. So Ragni, I know she could see us and hear us right now. It's part of the proceeds. I am donating my proceeds to that. We can form, for hopefully, some scholarships for those women that are starting to launch and go to conferences, go to my training, go anywhere to lift that awareness.
That's going to get really big, very, very big. Okay, so Jonas, our director of the radio, is letting me know that we need to wrap this up. And so please let us know again. It's on Coral Desk. What day?
It's Saturday, January the 18th, starting 11 to 1, the visioning. We're going to talk about aligning your vision with the strategies. And again, you can tag 3 people on the Micah Show on social media. Tag 3 people and say, visioning does work. And then we're going to collect those. But hopefully by this Friday, we'll announce the winners.
It is. Yes, it is. And you know what? I enjoyed all of the shows, but this conversation that we had and your energy, well,
it's
your
2020,
energy. 2020, I was like, listening to every word that you were saying, and also like seeing it in my mind, and all of the things that you can have, this like a relationship, healthy friends,
real estate business you're launching.
Because like I have been asked a lot, like people say like, are you a realtor or you are a communicator?
I'm an entrepreneur.
You know what?
And you are.
It is. Yeah. One day I said, okay, I'm going to look for the best people around me, and I'm just documenting what I go through the day. It's just like exactly if we would have been in Infusion drinking a coffee, but now Jonas, he puts a camera in front of us, and we can reach 3,000
and he's telling us
people.
Running time already.
3,000 people can share it or say it. And that's what I do. Like, I wanted to surround myself by good energy and good people that would bring things. And I have been learning so much and creating. And of course, like when somebody wants to see a property, like I've done for 25 years, I can do it.
Well, talking about property as we close,
but
this is amazing property.
We're gonna take a tour of this beautiful penthouse here in Solaria. So we'll see you again, my dear, and thank you.
And thank you for having us here.
Thank you, and what a beautiful new year. And thank you for allowing me to start my new year with you, because I know that you're going to have some amazing, amazing gifts come your way. Your focus, your drive, your beauty, your intelligence, it's all there, and you have it. So just go for it. The world is your oyster. Whatever you want. But
you know what? Something that for me is the most important thing is that I care. I care about you. I care about Mike. I
Thank
care
you.
about the content and the people that comes. And like whoever's okay with it, fine. If not, well.
That's okay.
So that's,
They're not ready.
for what you have to say, and that's in our Creative Journal Expressive Arts program. Many people will start, and I had a lady start one time, brought all her books back. She goes, "Oh, I learned enough." But what she didn't want to face was some child abuse. 2 years later, she came to me and goes, "Marsha, I'm ready to finish the program." And she did, and she's done some amazing work. So a lot of times, you want to pursue something, and you just aren't
Not
ready
ready,
to take
yeah.
the next step. She wasn't ready to take the next step. When she was, she knew where to come, and she has totally changed her life. So that's what I'm saying about a program, and we offer it every year in October in California. So you can go to www.lucia, LUCIAC.com, if you want to become certified in this work, like Micah has. It will be life-changing, and you
It
have
changes
so
your
many
life.
people out there you can
Visioning,
help.
as we close, visioning does work.
Yep, if you work it.
go for it. And for 700 pesos, come on,
Come
guys.
on, 700 pesos, $35.
You have to do it.
We'll take cash, pesos, and American dollars. We'll take credit cards. Right now, go to the Micah Show social media, tag 3 people, say hashtag Visioning Does Work. You might be a lucky winner to win 2 tickets for the workshop. Vision Does Work for relationships, real estate, anything that you want to change for 2020 vision.
Okay, so now we're gonna take a tour of this beautiful penthouse. Come, help me. Help
Here we
me
go.
With the
It's
tour.
just amazing. The views is great.
Yes.
The views is great. So this penthouse,
This is $545,000, and look at the view. There, we have guarantee ocean view here. So what happens is that this property slopes up, as you can see. So we're here in the back, and you have a beautiful view of Lansend. I don't know if you can, guys, looking at the camera. Yes, that's a nice view.
you can see the arch over there, Dana, and it's just amazing, the view. And then you have a miniature golf that you have. This is a great. I mean, you got to buy this place. It's a small, unique community. How big is it?
It's going to be 120 condos, and we have 2 clubhouses. We have one with the gym, and then we have one for people that have kids, but also
Yeah.
adults can hang out there. Pickleball court, and some little potting greens, like pitching.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So how much is the prices go? What are the prices?
We start. We have one condo for 1 bedroom. Start at $229,000, and that's the last one we have right now. And then we have also 2 buildings being built, so they will be done by November.
That's good.
And
There
we're
you go.
doing very good on sales, visioning clients
Vision.
coming in every day. So
Get your clients to visioning,
Yeah,
to vision
so-
what they want, how they want their condos designed, the furniture. It does work.
yeah. So yes, we're going to be taking that course, especially for the real estate. So everything's here. Like it comes all with all the appliances, and here we have the washer. Okay, don't mind my bag, like the wash center here, and okay, that's not very attractive right now, but it's very useful in a condo. So just take my word for it. And also this properties, if you want to get into the vacation rental, is very good. We have a property manager on site that for a fee, they would look after your condo. This is a 3-bedroom. And come here with me to the master bedroom. Like the breeze is just beautiful, just how it comes in. The view, well, you just checked out the view, and then there's the master bathroom. They don't come furnished, but we have really good interior designers. We have one. I have one that I love to work with, and we can recommend them to you. And this is another bedroom. So it's a very nice size, and with plenty of closet. And Jonas is going to come with us, and we're going to go to the rooftop. I think there's one more. So very comfortably sleeps 6 people. How about if we go up to the rooftop and then we'll. Yes.
We're going to the rooftop.
I know. I love the breeze that comes that comes in. Okay.
Here we go. Better review.
So that's a private rooftop. We just need to close that. So we come over here. So each penthouse has their own private rooftop, and the views, I think they're the best views in town. We are situated in El Tesal, and the developer, out of his own money, built the road that comes from Home Depot and Cresta del Mar all the way up. So you're here in less than 2 minutes. So check out this rooftop. You could put like a pergola, make it shaded, but look at the size.
And their own thing.
Absolutely.
I think I have it on.
Yes.
They can really design their own visioning, how they want to design it.
How important is visioning for everything?
Everything. That's 20 vision. And visioning does work. If you want to buy property here
I'm going to come this way.
and don't have no vision of how you want to design your home, the condo here, call Dana. We're here to help the community, your buyer, your client. Visioning and 2020, we're launching. It is going to be amazing. So anybody that is listening to you today on this beautiful place, and they want to buy it.
Chamber of Commerce Day, Chamber of Commerce Day. When everyone sees this and goes, we got to move to Cabo.
You got to move to Cabo.
That's right, but you
And
better
this
have a
is-
vision.
Yeah, you better buy now to Cabo because in 5 years, I don't know how the price is, but right now, this is a good price that it works. And you want to use this property, whatever, that's up to you. But I think this is a beautiful location.
It's an investment for your family and your future. This is what you want to look long term. What can you leave your legacy? And that's a very important topic, is your legacy. It's not what we do here and now, but what can we leave that is going to help people in the future? It's like the Creative Journal Expressive Arts program. Of all the businesses I've had, swimming, it's great. People learn how to swim and, they'll swim. Travel, anybody can sell travel, to be honest, right? But Creative Journal Expressive Arts, we are changing lives, and they're going to change their families and
you're
their
changing
futures.
lives,
And
Dana.
you're doing the same.
Yeah.
But see how everything connects and comes together.
Yes.
So that's
I just wanted
doing
to
some-
see that. Look at the mountains, and it's
Exactly.
beautiful.
This is just
Buy this
amazing.
property here, like you said, a small community. You can buy, you have privacy. It's where you just can hear. You can hear nature.
Yeah, listen
It's
how
beautiful.
quiet it is. up
Yeah, it is.
Get out of that city
There you go.
rush. Get out of the city rush.
or the cold. Okay, well, thank you so much,
you.
Marcia
Dana,
Nelson.
Dana,
what a
thank you.
treat. I loved it. I love being here. Cabo, I've been coming for 35 years.
She has
How long
property
have
here.
you been here?
First time, 81, and full time, 10 years.
Yes. Well, same. And I own property here. I really believe in this area. And that's been my
Magical.
always vision. And I've been able to fulfill my vision coming down here.
Okay, so everybody that's doing their vision, put the arch and real estate on that board and my phone number.
That's your
phone number.
The phone number of yours. Where they can call. Where can they reach you?
Okay, they could reach me. It's 624-160-0885 and Los Cabos Home and Live. Hashtag Ask Dana.
Yeah,
That's more
ask
than
Dana
enough.
and put that in your visioning board if you come to the workshop. Because if you're interested in buying property to invest for whatever reason, this is the time to do it.
Okay. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, Micah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we'll see you at Coral Decks for the
January
event.
18.
January
11 o'clock.
18. And thank
you.
you so much for our director of Radio Diferente, Jonas Castro, that makes all these programs possible. I am Dana Jimenez for Los Cabos Home and Life.